Hello, I'm back again, you guys. My tutorial today is off of the Nicki Minaj Viva Glam campaign. I thought it was so pretty. I love it. So, disclaimer, I'm not Nicki Minaj. I know I'm not her. I know I don't look like her. I was born this way, not her way. So you guys don't have to tell me that I don't look like her, because I know I don't look like her. Other than that, if you guys want to figure out how I did this, stick around. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my LA Colors eyeliner pencil in lime green. And you just basically want to get in your inner corner, but stay kind of trying to make it as thin as possible. Don't make it too big or too squared. You kind of want to keep with the natural shape of your eye. And right now you're kind of using this as a base. Yeah. And use it as a base. And just work your way across your eye. Do not go above your lid, because in the picture she has a very like cat-like eye, and if you go above the lid you're gonna lose that shape. So just keep filling it in. And again, don't go above that crease. Be very cautious of where you're putting this green, because that's the same exact place you're gonna have to put your shadow. If you guys can hear that TV, I happen to be married and my husband's playing like this fighting game, so I'm so sorry. Alright, and flick it out just a little bit. And you're done with that base. Next thing you're going to do is I'm going to go under my eye with another LA Colors eyeliner pencil. This one is in Sky Blue. Make sure this pencil is as sharp as you can get it, because the line under her eye is very thin and is very close to her waterline. So you're going to connect it just a little bit and focus and make sure that you get this as thin as possible. So for me, the easiest way to do it is just to tap it and kind of see where I am. So I tap a little bit and see where I am. And don't mind if you get it on your eyelashes, because in the picture her eyelashes aren't even really a factor. So what I'm doing is kind of using the pencil to kind of push my eyeliner or my eyelashes into the into my skin. Just kind of make them disappear. And then you're just going to connect the two lines. If they're not perfect, don't worry about it, because you're going to go back and take a black liner and just fix it anyway. Okay, now since you got that done, you're going to go into your waterline. You're going to take that same blue and go into your waterline. Just because everything needs to blend well together. And again, make sure you're connecting those lines. And you can always go back and take a Q-tip and clean everything up. So, but try again to make sure that your lashes are pretty irrelevant in the whole thing. And that's what I did. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my the color I'm actually going to put on top of this green. Now I have the Coastal Scents 88 color eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to take that all over my brush. And if I'm moving, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to take it and just kind of sit it right on top of that green. And again, if you mess up, don't worry about it because you can go back with a Q-tip and clean up. That's exactly what I'm going to do. He is really into that game. Okay. Ooh. Got some fallout in my eye. Okay. So, yep. And then you got that. Now, again, don't forget about that little flick at the end. So now, we're going to take our Q-tip and clean it up. I found these Q-tips at Sally Beauty Supply. These are like the best Q-tips in the world. This is what they look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and everywhere that needs to be cleaned up, just going to clean it. Just to focus on making that line as thin and precise as possible. And then push it. Make sure you push that line into your green. But make sure it's as thin and precise as possible. And if you need to clean up any of your green, this is the time to do so. Because the next step is going to be to add that, that black to it. Now, for a lot of you guys, liner may not be your thing. Liner was not my thing for a very long time. I had no clue how to do eyeliner with liquid eyeliner. Every time I did it, it looked like somebody beat me up. It was bad. But now I'm a lot better at it. It's just something that you gotta, you know, do with practice. So the eyeliner pencil I'm gonna use is, oh, the name scratched off. I'm gonna put it in the comment box so you guys know what it is. But it's a really good eyeliner. I got it again from Sally's. So it's a good eyeliner. And I like it because the more you shake it, darker it gets. So I'm shaking it. Okay. Now, be very careful with your liner. Very careful with your liner because your liner can make or break your look, okay? So, very carefully, you're going to start and get your flick, okay? Get your flick. Maybe a line you guys can barely see. The reason why is because I need to make sure my flick is exactly the way that I need it to be. Alright, so now I got my flick. You can go back and darken it up. But I'm just going to connect it. I'm going to take it and pull it down and kind of build onto my eye. You're probably like, where'd that color come from? It's because I'm pressing down now. Can't be pressing when you're trying to get your flick because you don't want to mess it up. Now, because she's got that cat-like eye, you kind of want it to kind of fall right about here. Alright, and then you go back, add to your end, and then very, very, very thin, the beginning of your eye. See how thin that is? Very thin, very natural. Be careful and connect the two pieces. Alright, now you're going to just keep building. Keep building. Keep building. And then pull it back into your flick. And if you mess up, don't worry about it. That's what your Q-tips are for. Alright, this one's got a little funky tip going on, but we'll clean it up, okay? Alright, looks a little funky. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. So you need to go back in with that Q-tip. And clean yourself up. Do the same with the top. Clean yourself up. Make sure it's the way I want it. I'm going to add a little more because this one's a little more curvaceous than I would like it to be. So I'm going to add more because I just want it a little straighter. Same thing. Go back with that Q-tip. I'm actually using the other end this time. And straighten it up. There you go. Alright, so next thing you want to do is, because her eye looks so neat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foundation color, which I'm sure you guys have heard a million times, but it is Deep Xanth. So I'm going to take that color on my brush, a little bit of it on my brush. So I'm going to start with my flick. Run it down to the blue. Oh! I'm sorry. He's a maniac. Alright, now keep going. Just to clean up everything you did wrong, okay? And then you're going to do it again. You need just a small amount. Just to make sure that everything looks as well put together as it could possibly look. Hope I didn't lose any of you guys. Alright, so now that's exactly how you want it to be. The next thing that you're going to do is, if you notice in her picture, she's really, really contoured. I'm not going to contour my entire face, but what I will do is show you what I use to get the contour around my nose, exactly where she's got it. She's got it like right there. So I'm going to use this pretty color by MAC. I'm going to post all the colors again in the comment box. But I'm going to use this kind of brick brownish reddish color. I'm going to use that and I'm going to take it on my brush and I'm going to start my inner corner just like she did. And I'm going to pull it out just to add a little bit of a contour. There we go. So now you got that contour. The next thing she did, if you notice in the picture, she's got a pretty pronounced highlight. So what I'm going to do is take... Let me get the color. I want to make sure I give you guys the color. I'm going to take Ice from my Ben Nye palettes, the Grand Lumiere palette I always use. I'm going to take that on a blending brush. And then I'm going to go right under my eyebrow. And I'm going to pull it all the way inside. And then again, you're still going to blend. So blend it down into that contour color. Keep blending. I'm going to add a little more. Hers is pretty pretty prominent, so you can't miss it. And to finish off my eye, if you look in the picture, and you need to be very careful when you do this. When you look in the picture, it's darker here. Okay. So that lets me know that she added a little bit of black liner there. Be very, very careful not to add too much, because you do not want this look to kind of go in a whole nother direction. So we're going to add a very small amount, okay? So I'm going to take that same pencil. Make sure you're letting go to check. It's because you want to give yourself as much of a cat eye as possible. And I just used a little, okay? Just because I wanted to make sure I had as much of a cat eye as possible. Alright, remember you can always add to, but it takes forever to take away. So be careful, okay? Make sure you go back in to clean it up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of my face. And yeah, that's it for my eyes. And here's the finished look, like always. Hope you guys like my tutorial. Subscribe again. And go to www.beautybycherie.com and visit my website. Go like my Facebook, and everything I use is in the comment box. Bye!